if you're paying for leads, I mean, there's a handful of services online that people can bid and pay for leads. It's nice to see how those are performing as a whole. Okay, so as a whole, I'm making 13,280. I'm making down numbers. $13,280 per contract on purchase leads. That's great, but that doesn't mean you're doing good on all of the lead sources. Benefits of a single platform, you have one source of truth. I like that you said that earlier, Amy. There's one source of truth. There's nothing else. It's here, this black and white. This is what it is. This is what I need. You know, the roof was updated in this date, or we're going to drop the price to this amount, or hey, I want to wholesale this one for 32,000 or whatever the case is. So a single source of truth. But what are the other benefits of a single platform?
Well, I would think having all your data in one platform, I know that when we had different systems, I didn't want to pay for a user on every system we had for every employee. I know that's probably cheap of me, but I didn't have access to the CRM side because I didn't do anything with sales. I didn't touch it until it was a contract. Or I said sales, I meant purchase, but I didn't touch it until it was a contract, and I see it in TC and project management, things like that. But if I need info that's in the CRM, I have to go find somebody that can log in and look it up for me. But now I'm disrupting their flow and what they're working on for the day. It's really disruptive. Or I could pay hundreds of dollars a year just for that convenience. So I think the single platform, having everything in one place, it just really saves a lot of time and effort.
It does. I agree with you. Some other aspects that are beneficial. Um, Team turnover happens. We're going to have turnover on our teams. We're going to have turnover on our employees, our partners, whatever the case is. Having them learn 7 different softwares or 8 different softwares versus one, when they can, when you can teach them on one software, here's where all these things happen. It makes onboarding them so much faster and easier and less expensive. Um, then there's also just those operational benefits. I mentioned text messaging earlier. Having everything in one system, phone system brought right into Pete, which I guess I probably should have brought up at the beginning, everything that Pete can do.
Yeah,
So
might be nice.
Pete combines all the main systems that real estate investors, you know, flippers, wholesalers, buy and holds use throughout the course of the property. So CRM, leads coming in, handling those leads, phone system and SMS built in, not just a little plug-in that you have actually built in. Task management, project management, e-signature, file management, so not having to keep a Google Drive or Dropbox separate. I said project management. What am I forgetting, Amy? KPIs, dashboards, reports.
Lockbox tracking, which I know isn't a big deal, but it is when you need a lockbox.
Yep. And then custom automation. So being able to send sequences and follow-up sequences, but custom automation as well, which some platforms don't even offer. I mean, I know with some you have to add on additional subscriptions and then basically hire a developer to have automations go through. And Pete brings that in as well, so people have that natively as part of their system. Let me see, dashboards. Amy is the
Yeah.
dashboard queen.
I just love data. I really do. It makes me so unproductive sometimes with these dashboards though, because I want to sit and stare and create dashboards, and I know, but it
Pete is supposed to help
by
productivity, not lower
by
it.
creating these dashboards, it makes my team more productive because they see the things that we want measured in their face. So in our system, we could have company dashboards, or you can have personalized dashboards, and you can toggle between both. So if as a business owner you want these metrics in people's face, then you can have that set as your company dashboard that everybody can see, and then they can toggle to their personal dashboard if they have things that they watch on a daily basis, things like that. It's great. It's customizable as in what I want to see in my numbers is not what you as a business owner or a user want to see. What's important to me isn't important to you, and vice versa. So we've really made it so you can create the KPIs that are important to you. And it, like, John, help me out here. Some of the ones that you always talk about with marketing is like by campaign. Some of the
Mhm.
KPIs are important by campaign, by what are some of
By
the
hour.
others?
Yeah. Some of the things I track on ours are not just the campaign, but the campaign type. So, mail leads. It's good to know what each or how each campaign performs. You change your mailer up some. Does this mailer work or not? If you're not tracking that, you need to. Um, and really the only way to do that is through different phone numbers. Um, but being able to track mail campaigns as a whole, but then also this mail campaign versus another mail campaign. Um,
So if you change
and
your mailers
paid
or types of letters, the handwritten letters are a big thing. The check letters are a big thing. You can track the success or failure of each one.
exactly, exactly. And if you're paying for leads, I mean, there's a handful of services online that people can bid and pay for leads. It's nice to see how those are performing as a whole. Okay, so as a whole, I'm making 13,280. I'm making down numbers. $13,280 per contract on these purchase leads. That's great, but that doesn't mean you're doing good on all of the lead sources. You may be doing really, really, really good on one of them,
Mm-hmm.
one specific company, and not so good on another. And then you get into the return on ad spend that you really can look at. So being able to have that data in front of you and easily accessible is really important. Some other things I like to track on our leads, um, on a rolling average, the last 10 days, 10 days, how are they coming in? Are they coming in and are we getting fluctuations based on the type of advertising per day? Are Fridays more, uh, are we more likely to get pay-per-click leads versus mail leads? But then also hour, being able to see easily by hour and not just the phone leads. If you have a phone system that's over here separate and you can go to it and see, okay, this is when my phone calls came in. These are my new lead, my first time callers. Okay, what about my web leads? Okay, let me come over here and look at these. Put it all together, mash it together. Having a single system, we're able to do that. And it's something we can do in our dashboards. And I'll show everybody that here in a little bit. We'll do at the end of this, we'll do a live demo of Pete. But I break down by hours so I can see exactly when leads are coming in. I can do that over a daily basis, weekly, quarterly. There's a lot of different ways you can make it look. Um, but how I like to look at it isn't the way everybody likes to look at it. I'm not that arrogant to say this is the way we have to do it. We'll give you some options, but then people can customize it themselves.